Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna, please continue until Prabhu comes.
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम राम हरे हरे, హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే 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 రామ 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 హరే హరే. జై శ్రీకృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభు నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధర శ్రీవాసాది గౌర భక్తవృంద. జై శ్రీకృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభు నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధర శ్రీవాసాది గౌర భక్తవృంద. జై శ్రీకృష్ణ చైతన్య ప్రభు నిత్యానంద శ్రీ అద్వైత గదాధర శ్రీవాసాది గౌర భక్తవృంద. హరే కృష్ణ.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्ण
ధన్యవాद ప్రణాం ప్రభు.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु.
दंडवत प्रणाम. हरे कृष्णा.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम.
कृष्ण प्रभु.
हरे कृष्णा
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु.
कृष्ण दंडवत प्रणाम.
हरे कृष्ण दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु.
हरे कृष्णा दंडवत प्रणाम. Okay, we'll start. You're all doing good. Nice to see association of Vaishnavas in the morning, first thing in the morning. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadadi Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sakagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Desatarine Namamaha Avadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanyaya Namne Gauratushe Namaha. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanaya Hitaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So welcome. Okay. Yeah. So in continuation to last class, I just have the sadhana chart report. Let me share the screen. Okay, so this is the sadhana chart report that I've received. Okay, so who has reported? They've reported excellent numbers. Others will have to report. So when are you going to report? So who are all due to report? Let's see the names. Okay, Ambati Kashi Prabhu. So you have to send your report. Anil Kumar Prabhu, you have to send your report.
Katyayani Mataji Prabhu, so she's already reported.
Oh, that is Katyayani Mataji. Okay. Okay, Anil Kumar Prabhu, you have to send your report.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Shokatma Prabhu, Banu Mataji, Bharat Kashyap Prabhu.
Bharat Kashyap Prabhu is sent.
Center is there, huh? Okay, is there. And Gandhi Madi Mataji, why you have not sent? Then Hamsa Rajendra Mataji, ఇక్కడ చూడండి మీ పేర్లో ఎన్ని రౌండ్స్ చేస్తున్నారంట దీంట్లో ఉండాలి. ఎంత పొద్దుగా మీరు రౌండ్స్ కంప్లీట్ చేస్తారంటే డీటెయిల్స్ ఉంటుంది. Hamsa Mataji, Vinta Undara? No. Okay.
Prabhu, I'll talk to Sendil Prabhu and tell him to help.
Tell her. Yeah, okay. Nalini Shakti Velan is done. Radharani is done. Sanjita Mataji, you have to send your report. Saraswati Mataji, yeah, it has come. Okay. Shweta Mataji has come. Swarna Mataji, Raledu. Swarna Mataji, you have to send your report. Vishnu Priya Mataji, your report has come. Okay. So about 22, but here about how many names? 16, 14 names are there. So about 8 of your reports are missing. Okay. And slowly we can extend to others also. So please share your report. The report gives first, what's the first benefit of sending a report like this? It boosts your confidence. See, my numbers are out there and they're good. It boosts your confidence and it boosts your taste for the holy name. Actually, this will happen if you send your report on a regular basis, not just once and then sleep. Right? So please send your reports. It will benefit you. Okay? I'm not going to do anything with the report. I'm just going to guide you by seeing the report. That's all. Okay? It's like eating food, good food. If I'm telling you, please eat good food, is there any benefit for me? I don't get any benefit. But you get benefit because you're eating good food. You'll taste the nectar. You'll taste the prasad. You'll remain healthy. So you're doing for your own good. I'm just a guide. Yeah. So today this is sloka I picked. So we'll read the sloka today. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 1, Text 5. Okay. The sloka also will memorize because this sloka tells us how taking shelter of the holy name, how taking shelter of Krishna will vanquish all fears in our life. No fear at all. So that's the beauty of this sloka. So let's learn this sloka by heart. Let's learn the meaning also. Tasmad Bharata Sharvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Krititavyascha Smartavyascha Chatabhayam. Yeah, so let me repeat again. Tasmad Bharata Sharvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Smartavyascha Chatabhayam. Okay. So can each of you repeat once? Take your
Shall I,
turn.
Prabhu?
Yeah, start.
Hare Krishna. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Smartavyascha Tabhayam.
Smartavyascha Chatabhayam.
Chatabhayam. Yes, Prabhu.
Chatabhayam. Okay. Okay.
Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvara Harihi
Shrotavya
Kirtivyasya cha Smartash Chetata
Bhayam.
Chetata Bhayam. Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Should I repeat, Prabhu?
Yes. I want all of you who are present in today's meeting to read this sloka once. Yes.
Hare Krishna. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavya Kirtit Avyascha Smartavyascha Tabhayam. Hare Krishna.
Chatabhayam.
Chatabhayam.
Hare Krishna. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Srotavya Smartavyasya Chechatabhayam.
Yeah, see this Chechata Bhayam, either you can say Chechata Bhayam If that is difficult to pronounce, all of you can add cha to smartavyas. For example, here you say, no, shrotavya kirtitavyascha smartavyascha chatabhayam. Like that also you can break. Okay.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavyah Kirtitavyascha Smartavyasche Chata Bhayam.
Chatabhayam.
Bhayam.
Yeah, others?
Hare Krishna. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Smaratavyascha Chatabhayam. Hare Krishna.
That's good.
Tasmad Bharata Sarvat.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay, Prabhuji, go ahead, please.
Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavyah Kirtitavyascha Spartavyasche Chatabhayam.
तस्मात् भारत सर्वात्मा भगवान ईश्वरो हरि श्रोतव्यश्च कीर्तितव्यश्च स्मर्तव्यश्च च स्थिता अभयम्.
हरे कृष्णा. तस्मात् भारत सर्वात्मा भगवान ईश्वरो हरिः श्रोतव्यः कीर्तितव्यश्च स्मर्तव्याश्चेच्छता भयम्.
Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्णा. तस्मात् भारत सर्वात्मा भगवान ईश्वरो हरि श्रोतव्य कीर्तव्यश्च स्मर्तव्यश्चेच्छता भयम्. हरे कृष्णा.
Good.
Hare Krishna. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotveha Kirtavyascha Smartavyas Chechotabhyam.
Chatabhayam. Chatabhayam.
Shatabhyam. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavya Kirti Avyascha Smartavyascha Chatabhayam.
Chatabhayam. All done?
हरे कृष्णा. तस्मात् भारत सर्वात्मा भगवान ईश्वरो हरिः श्रोतव्य कीर्ति अव्यश्च स्मर्तव्यश्च चेच्छता भयम्.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Carry on, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvara Harihi Satashva Kirtachva Cha Smartavas Satasya Bhayam
Chatabhayam.
Hare Krishna. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Harihi Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Smartavyasya Chatabhayam. Hare Krishna.
Good. Most of you got it accurate. Okay. So by practice, you can read accurately. Okay. So we'll read all together and try to see if you can memorize. So how do you memorize? Understanding the meaning. Okay. So we'll just understand the meaning, then we will read 3 times. So you'll understand, memorize it easily. Okay. Tasma. Tasma means therefore. Bharata Sarvatma. What is Sarvatma? Sarvatma means it contains of 2 words. Sarva and Atma. Atma means what? Soul. Sarva Atma means a soul who's residing everywhere. Sarvam. Okay, so which is that? Which is a super soul. Okay, because Jivatma cannot reside everywhere. He can reside only one body in one place at one point in time. So he cannot become Sarvatma. So the Paramatma can become Sarvatma. So here Sarvatma means super soul. Bharata means descendant of Bharata dynasty. So who is the descendant of Bharata dynasty? All living entities in this planet Earth. Because it is the descendant of Bharata dynasty, got settled in various regions, they moved around, and that is what the total settlement today is. That means all the living entities were born in the Bharata Desh. Which is Bharata Desh? The earthly planet. Okay. Now, so Lord is addressing to all the living entities. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma. Okay. Then Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari. Okay. Hari here refers to the Lord, Supreme Lord. Okay. Now, Ishvara means the Supreme Controller. Okay. He is the one who controls anything and everything. Sarva Karana Karanam. Okay. Bhagavan is God. Godhead is Bhagavan. Okay. So, here, when it is referring to the Sarvatma, that super soul, who is none other than Hari, and who is the controller, and who is Bhagavan, okay, then it says Shrotavya. Shrotavya means to hear. Hear what? Kirtitavyascha. Okay, that means when we are glorifying the Lord, and when we hear that, and when we remember whatever we are glorifying, then you see he is relieved of any kind of material pangs or miseries. That means he need not have any more fear. He is beyond the three modes of material nature. He doesn't get controlled by the three modes of illusion. That is when he becomes Chatabhayam. So that is the meaning of this sloka. So now, first line tells, he's a super soul. He is living in all the living entities. That's the first line. Second, who is he? That Hari, Lord Hari himself. How can we connect to him? By hearing whatever we glorify about the Lord, the holy name, and remembering about him, all our fear, all our material pangs and miseries, they go away. So when they go away, there's no more fear. Right? So that's the meaning. Okay, now easy to remember this. So let's close our eyes and then try to recite. You can recite along with me. All of you can unmute. Okay. Tasmad Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Martavyascha Chatabhayam Chatabhayam Chata. Okay. So two more times we will recite. Let's recite together. Okay. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma Bhagavan
Ishvaro Harihi Tasmat Bharata.
Okay, third time we'll repeat. Tasmat Bharata Sarvatma
Bhagavan Shrutvavyah Kirtitvascha Smartavyaschatabhyaham
Rotavyasya Kirtitavyascha Martavyascha Chatabhayam
Chatabhyaham.
Okay. So translation. Okay. O descendant of King Bharata, one who desires to be free from all miseries must hear about, glorify, and also remember the personality of Godhead, who is a super soul, the controller and savior from all miseries. Okay? So it talks about three things: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. So when we do this, all miseries of life, they go away. And the biggest benefit is our attachment to our material life, personalities and activities and assets, they get detached. That is the beauty. Okay, let's read the purport here. In the previous verse, Sri Sukadeva Goswami has described how foolishly material attached men are wasting their valuable time in the improvement of material conditions of life by sleeping, indulging in sex life, developing economic conditions, and maintaining a band of relatives who are to be vanquished in the air of oblivion. Okay, what does this mean? Common man, if you see, they spend a lot of time in sleeping. Okay, not only in the night, they also sleep in the afternoon also. 3 hours, 2 hours, whatever it may be. And when they are awake, outside of their sleeping time, what are they thinking? How can I make money? Somehow. The smallest cobbler in the Pani Puri wala also is thinking how to make money. And the richest guy, the top 10 in the Forbes magazine, richest guy is also thinking, how do I make money? That is called economic conditions. The word economic conditions means if I make more money, I'll be happy. I will be comfortable. Instead of one AC in my room, I'll put 2 ACs. That is his thought. Okay? And maintaining a band of relatives. Why? Because what is the greatest pleasure? Right? The first greatest pleasure is, which is available among everyone, is sex desire. Okay? Have lots of sex. Okay? Higher than that is, no. First is economic development. Okay? Economic development, sex is second is sex desire. Third is power. Okay? I want to have a position, power. That power will lead to name, fame, and glory. Okay? Now, higher than that, not just sitting in power and name, fame, and glory, higher than that is to have followers. I have 100 followers, I have 500 followers, I have 1,000 followers, 10,000, 1 lakh. Like that, people want followers. Okay? So now, that's why they have band of relatives, high-flying relatives. They always want to go out with them, connect with them. Here, relatives means not just your cousins or anything like that. It also means band of friends, right? So, but what the Lord says, be it economic development, be it sex life, be it this power, hungry, all these things, or band of friends or relatives, they all be vanquished into there, gone. Just go back to history. How many great kings who had many wives, who had many riches in the kingdom, who had many, many followers, are not even to be heard and remembered today? They got vanquished. See? So don't go after that. Go after something permanent. Even today, after 5,000 and 10,000 and 1 lakh years, you're reading a poor Brahmana story serving the Lord, and you're in tears and you're in happiness. Whereas these material conditions helped to give you that satisfaction. Huh? So that's what you have to understand. Okay, now next continue to read. Being engaged in all these materialistic activities, the living soul entangles himself in the life cycle of fruitive action. This entails the chain of birth and death in the 84 lakh species of life. Okay. It is namely aquatics, the vegetables meaning the trees, the plants, then the reptiles, the birds, the beasts here refers to mammals. Okay. The uncivilized man, and then again the human form, which is the chance for getting out of the cycle of fruitive action. Therefore, tasmat, if one desires freedom from this vicious circle, then one must cease to act as a karmi or an enjoyer of the results of one's own work. Good or bad, one should not do anything, either good or bad, in his own account. See here, author is very clear. He's saying don't do good or bad. That means don't be a philanthropist and don't be a papi. That's what it says. But execute everything on behalf of the Supreme Lord, the ultimate proprietor of everything. This process of doing work is recommended in Bhagavad Gita 9.27. Okay. So look at 9.27 sloka. It says, this is a very famous sloka. Yat karoshi, yat dashnashi, yat juhoshi, dadashi yat tapashasya kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. What does it say? Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, keep on doing that. He's saying, don't stop it, O son of Kunti, but doing as an offering to Krishna. Look at the key. You continue to do your normal life, but keep Krishna in the center of your life. Whatever you do, you have to do it to please the Supreme Bhagavan Krishna. So, Bhagavan is not telling, hey, just go sit on one corner because whatever you do will cause fruitive reaction. Don't do it. He's not saying that. He says, whatever you do it. But you do it as an offering to me. Then your karma becomes a karma. Okay. Where instructions giving for working on the Lord's account. Therefore, one should first of all hear about the Lord. Hear about the Lord mean his katha, his pastimes, his activities. When he say he, it also refers to his close associates or his dear devotees. Okay. When one has perfectly and scrutinizingly heard, look at this, don't hear in a casual mode. Don't hear body present, mind somewhere else. Don't sleep in Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam class. That's what this means. Scrutinizingly heard. And one must glorify his acts and deeds, and thus it will be possible to remember constantly the transcendental nature of the Lord. Hearing about and glorifying the Lord are identical with the transcendental nature of the Lord. And by doing so, one will be always in association. So how is that? So for example, let's say you go to a hostel. You're homesick. Homesick means what? You're in a hostel somewhere else, but you're always remembering about your house, your brother, sister, your parents, your friends, your activities near the house, your things that you possess with you. And when that is not present with you, you become sick, mentally sick. So you see, you're physically present in the hostel, but you're mentally absent there. You see this condition? This is called homesickness. And when homesickness is got into one's head, what happens to him? He's abnormal. He will not properly eat at the hostel canteen. He will not properly study. He'll be in depression. He'll struggle. Okay? So that means, you see, the consciousness is somewhere else, but his physical body present is somewhere else. The same here with devotion. You are homesick now. And which is your home? Goloka Vrindavan. Now you're homesick. You're physically present on an earthly planet in the material world. But your thoughts, your action, your calling out for that association, you're calling out for absence of the Lord. You're homesick. And that is perfection of devotion. So we should all become homesick now. Goloka Vrindavana homesick. Okay. Now, this brings freedom from all sorts of fear. The Lord is the super soul, Paramatma, present in the hearts of all living beings. And thus, by above hearing and glorifying process, the Lord invites association of all in his creation. This process of hearing about and glorifying the Lord is applicable for everyone, whoever he may be. It will lead one to the ultimate success in everything which one may be engaged by providence. There are many classes of human beings: fruitative workers, empiric philosophers, mystic yogis, ultimately the unalloyed devotees. For all of them, one and the same process applicable for achieving the desired success. Everyone wants to be free from all kinds of fear, and everyone wants to the fullest extent of happiness in life. The perfect process for achieving this here and now is recommended in Srimad Bhagavatam, which is uttered by great authority, Srila Sukadeva Goswami. By hearing about and glorifying the Lord, all of personal activities become molded into spiritual activities. And thus all conception of material miseries become completely vanquished. See, when all conception of material miseries are vanquished, that means no fear. Chatabhayam. That fear goes away. Why we fear? Now let's look at list of fears we have. The list goes on, but we'll just grossly list out some fears. We fear, the first thing we fear in all our life is fear of failure. Whatever I do, will I fail? Now, why fear of failure comes? Fear of failure comes because we are always seeking attention of others. Okay, now I'm going to write a poem. What will others say? Oh, this poem is poorly composed. Did I choose the wrong words? Fear of failure. Okay, I want to play sports. But what if I fail? The thinking that he'll fail, he'll get out. I want to cook now. Oh, what if I fail? What if the taste don't come up? Okay, I'm decorating for an event. What if the decoration doesn't come out properly? So you see, everywhere, every minute, every second, there is fear in our hearts. Okay? Why? Because we are so attached to the work we are doing and more attached to the results of the work we are doing. And that is our problem. Attachment causes fear. Detachment causes liberation. So now, the Lord is telling, just don't detach. Instead of having attachment on the material plane, shift your attachment to Bhagavan Ishvara Hari. That's it. Shift your attachment to Bhagavan's lotus feet. Then you'll see all fear gone. Arey, I don't worry about what's going to happen. My kartabhya is to perform this duty and I will do it. I leave the rest to the Lord. You see, he's a happy man. No baggage, no burden on his consciousness. Right? It's so simple. So we are not able to adopt because we are not able to think and scrutinizingly analyze this portion. So don't worry. Just be happy. Whatever has to happen will happen. That is the arrangement of Kala Chakra. And Krishna is Kala. So, time has already been decided. Hey, when I'm going to die, when my children's going to happen like this, when are they going to do like this? Everything is already predetermined. Don't worry. Now, the second biggest aspect in our consciousness in the material world is we compare. We keep comparing. Hey, look at his son. Look at his daughter. Look at this. Look at what they have, what they're doing, what they're learning. And we keep on comparing and say, run, 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 run. We become very competitive in our consciousness, which is the first danger of one's living entity. See, I'll give you an example. There are certain students who are very successful in their student life, but they perform very mediocre in their post-student life because maybe they got into a job or some kind of business or what it may be, and then they did mediocre. There are some students who were mediocre during the student life, but post-student life, they did something wonderful. They became a great, popular, businessman, star, celebrity, what it may be. You see, if you take both lifetime, that means 25 years of student life, another 25 years of Grihastha life, 50 years, you see, the law of average has worked. The end result of what he has to be has worked. And that's how karma acts. But we are running. For what we don't know. There's nothing to catch, but we run. So, when you see your lifestyle, when you introspect on your lifestyle, what am I doing? You will see these are all nonsense. You will automatically change. That means knowledge is strength, knowledge is power. And knowledge about the activities of the Lord is the greatest value for our life. So hence, we have to do Shravanam, Kirtanam, and Smaranam. So when you do wonderful Kirtanam, that is chanting of the holy name, and then you start to remember the Rasa Bhava that you enjoyed through that. That is Smaranam. So these two will make you in your life fully fearless. Always in state of bliss. And that's what you need. I was just reading an article yesterday. This Adani in India, who's supposed to be a big business tycoon. If you see his lifestyle, few years back, he was an ordinary businessman. Even that before that, he came from a very mediocre family. It is not that he came from an aristocratic family. Now suddenly stars turned for him, that he became super rich, became a big icon. One report from Hindenburg, it collapsed his entire empire. He's running pillar to post to sell this that asset, taking loan, this. Everything is collapsing for him. You see how temporary these things are. And why should you run after this? Run after that eternal bliss. Go on chanting the holy name of the Lord. Make your life beautiful and glorious. Yeah. So now we'll have Q&A discussions, questions, before we go into other aspects.
Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, ma'am.
First paragraph, there is that we have a lot of followers. And Prabhu, you go to the first line of the first paragraph, Prabhu, here. The purport only. Yeah. It says, a band of relatives who are to be vanquished, the third line, Prabhu, in fear of oblivion. That particular, this thing I didn't understand, Prabhu. So I'm having a lot of relatives who are my followers. After that, I didn't understand, Prabhu.
Okay, see here. Yeah, I'll tell you what is oblivion. Oblivion is something that is hazy, that is happening in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. So it is, it is something that unawarely it is happening without my knowledge. Okay. So from where they came, from where it came, and from where it was there for some period of time, and suddenly it got it disappeared. Disappeared. Some facts that are not known to me at all.
So it is temporary.
Yeah, but it is one is temporary, and then you're not even having the knowledge
how they came,
how it came, how it was there for some time, and how it just went away.
Okay, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
So it's very hazy. So, for example, you read history, right? You read about many kings, right? You see the rise of the Mughal Empire in India, the rise of the British Empire, then the freedom struggle. If you read, hey, how these guys came and then how he did all these things. So if you read that pastime of Sanatana Goswami running away from his post, he was a minister in the government of Nawab Hussain Shah. Okay. So I'll tell you this story. I mean, you know the story, but I'll just tell you a little bit extension of the story. So Nawab Hussain Shah had appointed Rupan Sanatana to perform ministerial, like Minister of Finance and Minister of Home, like that, very key portfolios that given to him for them to manage. So when they saw Lord and Ram Kelly, they decided, that's it. We have to quit our job and surrender to Mahaprabhu. Okay. So Rupa Goswami went away. Then Sanatana Goswami now is thinking, how do I leave? Because the king depends on me so much. But if I leave, he won't allow me. Okay. So how do I leave? The first he says, I'm unwell, and he takes a medical leave for 30 days. So in his 30 days of medical leave, what is he doing? He's reading Srimad Bhagavatam every day and then chanting nicely in association of devotees in a secluded location so that the king doesn't know. But somehow the king smells it and he comes. He comes to his house. He says, I thought you were unwell, but it looks like you are doing some spiritual activities. And you know, Sanatan, I'm depending on you on so much. You have so much potential knowledge. But you deprived me of all these things. How do I run my kingdom? And my kingdom is very vast. And it is ever growing, he says. He says, I just finished one battle and I came here. And next battle for me is capturing the kingdom in Orissa. So I have to go to that battle and I have to fight that. And I'm busy expanding my kingdom. And I depended on you to take care of the entire administration of the kingdom here. What did you do? You deprived me. And you're sitting here and then doing some katha. So he's very angry. This is a statement he makes actually. He tells Sanatana Goswami. Then Sanatana is saying, no, my lord, I'm not capable anymore. His idea is, like, this guy is no more working properly, so I don't want him, he'll throw away. That's what his idea, that's what he planned, Sanatana Goswami. The king said, no, your brother Rupa, he deprived me and ran away. Because of him, it costed me a lot. Lot of loss for me. And you're also trying to do something. So, rather than saying, get out of my ministry, I will arrest you. Said, arrest him now. Then the guards come and arrest Sanatana Goswami. He said, I'm busy preparing, going to the battle of Orissa. I'll go finish that battle, come victorious, then I will handle you, Sanatana. So that's what he says, and he leaves to Orissa. Now look at the king. He's so busy. He's so busy thinking that he'll expand his kingdom forever. Now, where is that kingdom, you tell me? It's fully vanquished. We may be very intelligent in accumulating things during our lifespan, but Kala, time, it takes it away from our lifespan. And it becomes no traces also available. Huh? No traces of it also available. Go think about your ancestors. Many of your ancestors might have been very rich. Where is it all? Where are they? What is left over? Nothing. So where did it go? So that's what you have to understand. So our priority must not be economic development or material activities. Our priority must be Krishna consciousness. Develop our consciousness for love of Godhead. In the process of practicing Krishna consciousness, whatever we need from this material world to make us survive, support, and live in a steady state, that's what you should do. That means what happens? You're using your material elements in service of you and where you're in service of Lord. That means the material elements in service of Lord. That much. If you have that consciousness, then you see your devotional life will be very, very glorious. You'll make things ready and quit. I don't want this material life anymore. Otherwise, you'll keep 1,001 reasons to get attached to this material life. That's what you have to understand.
Yes, Prabhu. So much of insight, and I'm feeling so insignificant. No.
Yeah, we are. Where the question of feeling, we are.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mataji. Okay. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, there is this word, all works, either good or bad, we should do in the name of God. So what they mean by this bad, Prabhu?
So today, in this world, you see, there are two kinds of people, good people, bad people. Okay. What is this bad people? They just want sense gratification. And then they want to be trembling fear to others. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಭಯ ಪಡಬೇಕು. Yeah. So they're very arrogant. They use their physical strength and political power to kill or vanquish others. These are all bad set of people. Okay. Now, and they don't care about karma and all these things. As far as there is this thing is there, they keep on doing it. They're enjoying this life. And comes the problem the next life. Okay. So that's the bad people and bad activities. What is the good point of view? There are some people who are not God conscious, or maybe they're God conscious, but they are thinking, oh, I should do 100 marriages every 6 months. I have to construct cancer institutes. I have to construct homages because people are struggling. I have to take care of students' education, give them education. Like that, people come with many, many thoughts and activities to help the society. There is no God here. He is the center of that activity. That person is the center of that activity. And he might do some demigod worship in order to derive more powers, yogic powers, so that he can give more dana and more philanthropic activities. That's what he will do. So you see, from a material plane, he is doing a lot of good activities. People will worship him, will thank him, will do so many things. But at the end of life, he'll go to hell. Do you know that? End of life, he'll go to hell. So he says, the Shastra is saying, don't do good and don't do bad. If you do good, you'll again be born in this material world to enjoy the good deeds you've done on the material plane. There won't be Krishna Bhakti in that also. So you see, the eternal cycle of birth death is going on, for which you'll suffer and you'll enjoy. That is the problem. Now, let's take example of dogs today. You must have seen, no? Recently, there's an article that came, one person in Bangalore, they bought a dog for 20 crores.
Yes.
I got stunned. How can someone be more stupid than this? Not possible. And he's glorified. It came on newspaper, and I don't know, other channels also it must have come. Now, look at the karma of the dog. He must be a human being who've done a lot of some activities, but his consciousness was so low that he became a dog. Because of his philanthropic activities, he's enjoying that popularity, good food, good AC, but he's a dog at the end of the day. Huh?
Yes.
See? And this is illusion. So hence, Lord is telling, forget all these dharma, all these things. The greatest dharma of one's life is to be man for Krishna or not. And that's the realization of Arjuna. And that's the meaning of the Sarva Dharman Parityaj. Are you a Krishna's man or not? Simple. Close the chapter there. What's the meaning of I'm a Krishna's man? Whatever Lord wants, whatever he tells, I will do it. Well, I don't care whether right or wrong. That's it. That's called a Krishna's man. Very, very simple conclusion of the purpose of human birth.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It's
Ah.
sometimes difficult to understand. They say don't do philanthropic activity and like that. Is it okay when you do it and then say, thank Krishna for giving that opulence for us to do that? Or we should not do it at all? Because most of these organizations, even ISKCON, they have got the hospital, they have got the thing. So when you fund it, how is that different from?
Okay, so let's look at these two activities. You took the name hospital, so now there is Bhaktivedanta Hospital. Okay. Now, if you go to Bhaktivedanta Hospital versus any other hospital, you'll see there also equipment is there. There also, what do you say, doctors are there. There also they give medicine. Everything is same. So what's the difference? That's what we think. Now, the only difference in a Bhaktivedanta hospital and other hospital is, first of all, most of the doctors are practicing devotees. Okay? So they're going to connect with you and they're going to give you their consciousness to you. Okay. Second, if you didn't know the activities of a Bhaktivedanta hospital, do you know how it happens? What are the activities? In the main entrance, there is a huge Narsimha picture where he's having Hiranyakashipu on his lap and he's tearing out his body. Okay, that's the huge picture there. Secondly, there is a huge deity of Hanuman inside the hospital, and there's an altar for Hanuman. Okay, that's a small altar, but the bigger altar is Lord Jagannath. Okay, big deities of Jagannath. Every day, morning Mangalarti happens in that hospital. After that, around 11 or 12 o'clock, Jagannath is placed on a small trolley. He will visit every patient in the room. Every patient in the room. And medicine is given. There is constant playing of the mantra that is going on through speakers which are connected to the rooms. Okay. So now look at the difference. The consciousness, the God consciousness aspect, and prasadam is served to all the patients and the people who come with the patients. The prasadam is prepared in the hospital, it is offered to Lord Jagannath, and that is what is served to the patients. Now look at it. Every activity, just like hospital, is performed, but the Mula Karan of Krishna is used there. Okay. Now, in a hospital, someone may die, someone may live and come out successfully. But when he dies in remembrance or hearing the holy name, or hearing Srila Prabhupada, or seeing the deities, and he's dying. That means, even though treatment is done, what is taught there, what is practiced there, is completely different from a normal hospital. So, Bhaktivedanta is not a philanthropic hospital. It's a spiritual hospital. Yeah. So this is what ISKCON is doing, Mataji. Let's be very clear about it. Okay, Mataji?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Radhanath Swami built a hospital in somewhere in Ramanreti, near Ramanreti in Vrindavan, through his initiative. Okay. And many of his disciples got together and they built. That hospital is, it's a beautiful name. I forgot the name. That hospital, you know how it is? Let's say you're the last stages of your deathbed and you're alone, no one to care for you.
Prabhu, hospice care, Prabhu.
Hospice care, correct. Yes. Very brilliant initiative. And lots of rooms are there. So you go to hospice care and then you live there. They'll give you prasad. And then they allow you to practice spirituality. I mean, in fact, that's the focus. So they teach you all techniques. They teach you how to be strong in leaving your body. That's the only focus. So many people, elderly people, are all joining this hospice. They want to remember the Lord, association of devotees, hearing Harinam glories all the time, leave the body. Right? You see the initiatives. This is the initiative of ISKCON. Such initiatives don't exist outside. Okay. So now you asked a question, what is wrong in doing philanthropy? There is a hostel that I'm taking care, and the students, I want to give them books. Okay, it's okay to give books. No problem. Don't worry too much about, oh, it's a philanthropic, that, this. See, your practice of devotion, associating with Vaishnavas, serving them, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, and all other things, and your regular practice of devotion, you're generally compassionate to your living entities. Hence, you are doing it. It's okay. But when you do, let's say you want to give them 12 standard textbooks, no problem, give them, because they need that on the material plane to survive, but give them Krishna conscious also. So when you do that, you've taken a balanced approach, which is fine. What is the difference between a philanthropist and you? A philanthropist never has Krishna in the center. He's doing it as for his own benefit. Oh, if I, treat old age people, if I give charity to the poor, it'll give me good karma. Good karma means I will live economically very well. My children will grow economically. We'll all be successful. We'll be called the best people in the city. Look at him. He's completely self-centered. For his benefit, he's doing in a subtle way. But that's not the state of consciousness you are in when you're doing that philanthropy. And that is the difference. You got it, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
So, everything is about our consciousness.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Here, whatever we do good things, then we should do with the Krishna consciousness. We should not expect any result on that, no, Prabhu?
Yeah. You're doing it as a matter of duty. Shastra has told, I'm just doing it as a duty. No returns, no results, expectations. That's it. Just do it. You're fine.
Then though no karma will follow us, no, Prabhu?
No, you're practicing Bhakti Yoga. So automatically they'll take care. Don't need to worry about this karma.
Okay, Prabhu.
But don't make that as the prime aspect of your life. Make Bhakti Yoga the prime aspect of life. These are all small branches here and there that come. You just do it and then forget it. That's it.
Okay, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sarva dharman parityajya. That is the meaning, Prabhu. Give up all the religious activities.
Yeah, give up whatever dharma you think. Dharma means we think religiosity. Okay? Religiosity means what are all the activities to be performed that is called good. Good for the human beings, good for society, good for this. He said, leave all those things. That's all really not dharma. Real dharma is realizing Jivere Swarupaya Nitya Krishna Das. Real dharma is Manmana Bhavamad Bhakto Madhya Jimam Namashkuru Mam Yevaishashi Yuktva Atmana Mat Parayana. That is real dharma. Krishna says, realize that. Because your dharma is not here. Your dharma is in the Goloka planet. You better come there and serve, not here. Are you doing that? Then you're okay. If you're not doing that, change. That's what the Lord is trying to tell us.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Okay, good.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Very good.
And did you like this sloka?
Yes, that's smart.
So how many of you are going to memorize this?
Yes, I'll do, Prabhu.
Very good, Prabhu.
All of you? Okay. So memorize this. And how do you keep them strong in your memory? Now, let's say you memorize this sloka today. For next 1 week, every day morning, get up and say the sloka once without seeing it. That's it. It'll be in your heart. 1 week you do this. Like that, you keep on adding one sloka into your life. Add 1 day from one sloka from Nectar of Instruction, 1 day from Chaitanya Charitamrita, 1 day from Srimad Bhagavatam, 1 day from Bhagavad Gita. Like this, just keep on accumulating. 365 days in a year. In my calculation, if you do this genuinely and consistently, 100 slokas per year, 5 years, 500 slokas, super year.
Prabhu, I have learned it now only, Prabhu, but the process that you have continued, I got it now only, Prabhu.
Super. Very nice. Okay. So have a wonderful day. We'll meet again next Saturday and we'll talk about glories of Harinam. So in the meantime, try to do good chanting. Focus on your chanting. Focus on the purpose of your chanting. Why are you chanting? Don't chant because your guru told you. Chant for the pleasure of the Lord. Chant as a service to the Lord. Okay? Then you will see it manifest. In fact, Sthai Bhava. Okay? Which leads to Vibhava and Anubhava. Now, what happens in Anubhava state? In Anubhava state, what happens? That is state which is in a higher platform compared to the Navavidha Bhakti. What happens in Anubhava state is, you will start to understand your actual rasas that you're exchanging with the Lord. Lord will reveal your position at the Vaikuntha planets. Oh, I was serving as a beautiful Mallike rose plant in, sorry, not rose plant, Mallike plant in Goloka, giving fragrant flowers for the pleasure of the Lord. You may understand that's your position. For example, I'm just saying. Lord will reveal that truth. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gurudev ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Kripa Sindhu Bevacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anantakoti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Please submit your sadhana charts to Pawan Prabhu. Please submit sadhana charts. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavata Pranam.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavad Pranam.